thought you weren't going to come over to this segment, but thank you for letting go of the baton, finally. You're welcome. In any case, welcome. It's time for motivation, and today we're joined once again by Mr. Gabriel Balogun. Now, he is a dedicated advocate for transforming learning and development into a strategic business driver. Now, today he's here. We're going to be talking about upskilling for the future. You are welcome, Mr. Balogun. Good to have you here. First off, man with style. We're going to talk about that in just a bit.
Okay.
But tell us, when you say upskilling, what exactly are you talking about, and to whom are you referring?
All right, thank you, Appeal, for having me again.
Oh, he calls
me
the
third time is a chat. Yeah, so let me start by saying that skills get you noticed. It shows the world what you can do. That's what skills are. And then upskilling is primarily gaining skills and going through education that can help you become better at your current job role, and also on your career path.
Okay.
That's what upskilling is. And think of upskilling as those simple gaps you have to fill daily. Also, you have to make a presentation. The 3-minute YouTube video you watch to be able to speak better. You are in charge of the budget on a project. The Excel skills you learn to be able to manage the budget properly. That's simply what upskilling is.
Wow, that's very interesting. So upskilling means I'm still on the path,
Yes.
but I'm getting better and better at it.
Yes.
So what would anybody need to know about upskilling in their different endeavors?
I think predominantly you have to understand the change in your industry. That's the first thing. What is changing in your industry? So you've been in media for a while. What is changing? Are we going into the metaverse?
Exactly.
How would media in the metaverse look like? So you have to discover that first. Second, you have to identify the skills that would help you thrive in that period of time.
Interesting.
All right. And once you're done identifying, then the third thing is you have to create a simple plan to gain those skills. And sometimes upskilling shouldn't be hard. You don't have to go to the university to get upskilled. You could pay for LinkedIn Learning, or you could just subscribe to a channel on YouTube that talks about the skills you need at work. And then that's upskilling. You just have to identify what works for you. I predominantly, I'm currently chasing and constantly finding ways to help people learn while they work.
Okay.
Because that's what you need. You need to be trained on the job. Because everything is so fast-paced, you don't have time to take a break and say, I'm going to spend 4 hours learning this.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's simple 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there can just literally make you better.
So this is very interesting. First of all, I know that you're in learning and development, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, and that means you encourage people to actually develop. You help companies strategize so that their employees will be able to get better at their jobs, so that their products are better. Now, if I'm an employee of such a company, your company, for instance, and I'm constantly upskilling, learning these soft skills, how does that impact the relevance, or am I taken note of by my employer? And how can I make them note? Because there's no certificate to this. Like you said, YouTube channel, learn how to use Canva, all of that. But how does that add to my value where I work?
I see. So I heard learning and development at Money Point currently. And one of the things we've done is to create learning in threefold. So primarily, there are 3 ways you can get skilled. It's called the 7-20-10 principle.
Okay.
70% of your learning, of your upskilling, comes on the job. 20% comes via conversation with your colleagues, and 10% comes via an instructor, like a corporate trainer coming to train. Now, as an individual trying to establish their value and communicate their value, you have to speak about it. So when you reach out to your line manager and say, I am doing 60% on the role, I want to move to 100, I need to take this short course on Coursera, or I need to take this short course on LinkedIn Learning. Can you speak to the learning and development lead to help me look for the best course?
Nice.
Because that's one. The second one is you have to also ensure that what you want to learn ties to the goal of the department.
Exactly.
Because if the company wants to raise 10 million and then you work in the acquisitions team, if you go to the learn and development team and say you want to learn how to be a TikToker, they would wonder, how is that related?
That tie in?
But if you come in and say, I need to take this program, this coaching program, it's $1,000, but it's purely acquisition. If I do this, I'll be able to help us get 10 million naira. $10 million in funds, they will sponsor it quickly because they know this is connected to the goal of the organization.
Very interesting. Now, that's upskilling.
Yes.
But say I'm a doctor. And, you know what? Let's use you as the typical example here. You are a learning and development expert.
Yeah.
However, you're also a style advisor.
Yeah.
As you can see, Mr. Gabriel here actually makes his own attire.
Yeah, guys.
Top to bottom, by the way. Now, what would you call that? Is that upskilling, or am I not going outside? And how relevant is that? Should I also consider doing that, learning other skills on the side?
Yeah.
TV host, voiceover artist, maybe an actor if I get the part.
Yeah.
Does that also count?
Yeah, so that's what experts call reskilling. So reskilling is reskilling, and what that means is you are learning skills that are not necessarily in line with the current work you do, but are just somewhere down or out of your career path, so that you can get another source of income. So the main purpose of upskilling is so that you can be better at the job. The purpose of reskilling is to create another source of income, or just something you do for fun.
Fantastic. Now I've boxed you into a corner. Now you have to answer this. Nigeria. Fuel price 500 and, well, how was it again, guys? 500 and what? How much is fuel in Lagos? 517, 60. I don't know. I just give them my ATM card and they just swipe it. I'm not a big boy. Now for filling station, they take no. But Nigeria now, everything going on, $800 plus, and so on and so forth. How would you propose I proceed? Do I upskill or do I reskill? I put you in a spot, I know.
Very tricky question. I think you should do both. And this is why. Because of the instability of our environment, you also don't want to lose your day job because you want something that comes in monthly.
Constant. Yeah.
But then you have to create another stream. And then when you're reskilling, it could be as simple as learning how to run Google Ads. You don't necessarily have to leave your job to do that. From the comfort of your job, a 30-minute break, you can go on Facebook and you can go on Google and run ads for a small business. And so you're generating another source of income while you're still keeping your day job.
Wow, fantastic. Don't let HR find out, however.
Yeah.
Because you're using company time. In any case, fantastic advice that you give every single week that you come in here. We've got one more week with you, and we're looking forward to seeing exactly what we'll be talking about. Very, very educated.
Thank you.
Each time you come in. Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel.
Thank you for having
you. And I'm hoping that you learned something out there today. You want to either upskill or reskill, because the future, this is Nigeria. We'll be back. Stay tuned. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.